Welcome to Lessons Between Lines. A person's greatness is determined by their thoughts. This timeless truth has been proven again and again by the lives of extraordinary individuals. Elon Musk imagined rockets reaching Mars when others laughed. Steve Jobs believed technology could be beautiful before the world agreed. Jeff Bezos saw a future in online shopping when most people couldn't even picture it. Napoleon Hill once wrote in Think and Grow Rich, what you think about, you become. But if this is true, then a difficult question arises. Why do so many people struggle their entire lives? Do they not think about success? Do they fail to dream? Or is there something deeper they don't see? Today's story will quietly uncover the answer. And along the way, you may discover something uncomfortable, something honest, and something powerful about yourself. Stay with us until the end. This story may not change your circumstances immediately, but it might change how you see yourself, and that can change everything. In a busy railway station, filled with rushing footsteps and distant train whistles, there lived a beggar. Every day, he sat on the platform, stretching out his hand as passengers waited for their trains. Coins would occasionally drop into his palm, just enough to survive another day. No one noticed him for long. He was part of the background, invisible, forgotten. One afternoon, as the beggar watched the crowd, he noticed a man stepping onto the platform. The man wore a well-fitted suit, his shoes polished, his posture confident. There was something calm and certain about the way he walked. The beggar thought to himself, this man must be wealthy. If I ask him, surely he will give me something generous. With that hope, he approached and held out his hand. The businessman stopped, looked at him for a moment, and instead of giving money, asked a question that beggar had never heard before. Do you always take from others? The man asked. Or have you ever given anything to anyone? The beggar froze. No one had ever spoken to him like this. Confused, he replied, Sir, I am only a beggar. I survive by asking. I have nothing to give to anyone. The businessman smiled gently and said, If you truly believe you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask for anything. I am a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you offer something of value, I can give you something in return. But if you offer nothing, I cannot give you anything either. With that, the man boarded his train and disappeared. The beggar stood still, his hands slowly falling back to his side. The words echoed in his mind. He wasn't insulted. He wasn't shouted at. Yet something inside him had been shaken. For years he had begged, but no one had ever spoken to him this way. That night, lying awake under the open sky, he replayed the conversation again and again. If you want to receive, you must first give. 2 days passed. The beggar didn't ask anyone for money, not because he was proud, but because his mind was restless. What can I give? He wondered. I am a beggar. I have nothing. On the third day, as he sat near the tracks, his eyes fell on a small patch of wildflowers growing between the stones. Bright, delicate, unnoticed by everyone rushing past. An idea quietly formed in his mind. What if, he thought, instead of only taking, I offer something in return? He carefully picked a handful of flowers and returned to his usual spot. When a passenger gave him a coin, he smiled and offered a flower in return. To his surprise, people accepted them. Some smiled, some thanked him, some paused, just for a moment, as if something simple had touched them. As the days passed, something remarkable happened. More people began giving him money, and he noticed a pattern. When he had flowers, people gave generously. When the flowers ran out, the donations slowed. So this is true, he thought. People want to receive something in return. One day, as he handed out flowers, he noticed a familiar face sitting on a train. It was the businessman. Excited and nervous, The beggar approached him. "Sir," he said, "today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled, handed him some cash, and accepted the flowers. "You have understood the value of exchange," the man said. "Today, you are no longer just a beggar. You have become a businessman." As the train pulled away, the words stayed behind. Am I really a businessman now? The man wondered. For the first time in his life, he saw himself differently. People were not giving him money out of pity. They were paying for the value he offered. That day, he made a decision. He left the railway station and never returned as a beggar again. 6 months later, at the same station, two well-dressed men met and shook hands. One looked at the other closely. "Do I know you?" he asked. The man smiled. "Yes, we've met twice before, right here." Suddenly, recognition filled the businessman's eyes. "You're the beggar, the one I once refused to give money to." The former beggar laughed softly. "Yes, that was me. But today, I run a successful flower business. I'm traveling to expand it." Amazed, the businessman asked, "What changed?" The answer was simple. "You taught me one of life's greatest truths. We receive only when we give." I was never truly a beggar. I was a businessman all along. I just didn't see myself that way. They shook hands again, this time as equals, and boarded their trains toward different futures. Life is shaped by how we see ourselves. If you believe you are small, the world will treat you as small. But when you recognize your inner value, your actions change, and so does your destiny. You don't need to wait for miracles. You need to change the way you see who you are. If this story spoke to you, share what you learned in the comments. And if you believe someone else needs this message, pass it on. This is Lessons Between Lines. See you in the next story.